Hello everyone, my name is VivekPathak and the topic for my presentation is core banking solution, real-time gross settlement and internet banking. So I have basically three subtopics here and I'll be explaining them one by one. So starting with the role of core banking solutions in the banking system. With the advent of computer technology and the modern internet that we know as of now, the banking systems around the world have undergone a massive transformation. In the past 4 decades, if we see, there has been a revolution of sorts that has introduced new methods of basic banking activities. The latest technological innovations have replaced traditional banking methods with modern and sophisticated systems. From simply a place to deposit money and lend money, the banks have emerged as an integral part of the economy and the financial system of the world. They have grown to become an important institution in our society. This drastic change in the banking system has occurred simply due to the evolution of the banking technology. But what is the banking solutions? What is the core banking solution? That is one thing that is very important to know. So core banking solutions, they are vital to the day-to-day functioning of any bank. It is an integral part of the banking technology which aims to serve clients and customers with the best services. So in simple words, core banking solutions are account management backend and front-end processes. Core is the short for centralized online real-time exchange. As the name suggests, it is a centralized system or a network created by a bank and its branches. Now, this allows the customers of the bank to access, to manage, and perform basic transactions from any branch of the bank they hold an account in. Thus, core banking software allows the banks to create a centralized data center. Traditionally, core banking is closely associated with the retail banking sector of the commercial banking system. However, due to the rise in the number of corporate clients, banks have realized the convenience core banking services could bring to the corporate banking solutions. Therefore, banks are now committed to widening the scope of core banking system beyond retail banking. Some of the basic core banking solutions include deposit accounts, loans, payments, and more. With the help of core banking software, these services are made available to the bank's customers through ATMs, internet banking, mobile banking, and brick and mortar bank branches. A core banking system uses information communication technology as a platform for its various applications to simply banking procedures and processes. Now, what is the history of the core banking? The core banking system is one of the very first additions to the banking technology. It was after liberalization that the Indian banking sector started exploring the potential of IT and fast developing technologies. Computerization of urban banks began in the 1980s, and certainly it has come a long way. Now, one thing which is very important here is the objectives of the core banking system. Now, the key objective of adopting core banking technology is to improve the customer experience. Further, it ensures customer convenience and allows anytime and anywhere banking. Simultaneously, it has drastically changed the way the banks function. Previously, basic bank functions like maintaining records and that of the account holders and deposits, transactions, maintaining ledger records, customer information, loan accounts, and others were performed manually. But today, when we talk about it, because of IT, the systems have changed. Now, in the right, we can see a very comprehensive picture that is defining the different aspects of the core banking solution. Now, moving on, with the introduction of IT technology, various applications have been developed to automate these processes, which improves the efficiency. Now, recording the transactions, calculation, assimilating customer information and maintaining a huge database is possible through software that enables automatic recording in the digital backend database. And the same software is installed throughout the systems of many branches of the banks, creating a core banking network of the bank. Uh, Another core objective of this new technology is to make informed decisions with the help of facts and figures. The various processes, when we talk about of the core banking system, they enable banks to store the data in the proper format. Now, moving on to the features of core banking systems. The core banking system is an operating system or software used by banks to provide core banking solutions to their clients. It supports the banks in carrying out and recording the basic functions of the banks. Most of these systems are created to suit the needs and specificity of the banks. Therefore, each system, when we talk about it, is pretty unique. Some of the best examples of core banking software applications available in India are Infosys Finacle, Oracle Financial Services Software by Oracle Corporation, and Fidelity National Information Services. Now, some of the key features of the core banking systems, which are very important for us to know, is opening new accounts in the bank, processing and recording money deposits and cash withdrawal, calculating loan interest, processing these loans, check clearance, payment clearance, then maintaining and managing customer information, calculating and managing interest rate, maintaining customer relationship, assist in developing new banking products and services. Then we have banking analytics, and finally banking products like mobile banking, internet banking, ATMs, and more. The core banking solutions offer the following advantages to the bank. So core banking solutions, when we talk about it, it has certain advantages for the bank as well as for the customers. So firstly, we'll be talking about the advantages that it gives to the banks. Simply, the very first thing is the improved operations, which address customer demands and industry consolidation because of IT. The second is the errors due to multiple entries are eradicated because of the automation of the processes. Now there is easy ability to introduce new financial products and manage changes in the existing products because of the efficiency. And finally, there is the seamless merging of back office data and self-service operations. Moving on, the advantages that customer have because of core banking. The very first is the entire range of banking products, including savings deposit accounts, are available from any location, which provides easy access and efficiency for any and every customer out there. Then there is accessibility through multiple channels, including mobile banking and web. There is accurate, timely, and actionable information about customer relations. Then there is single view between bank and customers. And finally, there is redefining the concept of anywhere, anytime banking. Moving on to the second topic that we have is which is the real-time gross settlement. In short, also known as RTGS. Real-time gross settlement is the continuous process of settling payments on an individual order basis without netting debits with credits across the books of a central bank. Example, bundling transactions. Once completed, real-time gross settlement payments are final and irrevocable. The real-time gross settlement (RTGS) is the continuous process of settling interbank payments on an individual order basis across the banks of a central bank as opposed to netting debits with credits at the end of the day, which provides it much more efficiency and proper usage of the time. The real-time gross settlement is generally employed for large value interbank funds transfers. RTGS systems are increasingly used by central banks worldwide and can help minimize the risk of high value payment settlements among financial institutions. But the question is how the real-time gross settlement works. So the real-time gross settlement is a system that is generally used for large interbank funds transfer. These often require immediate and complete clearing, and finally they are usually organized by a country's central bank. Then the real-time gross settlement lessens settlement risk overall, as interbank settlement usually occurs in real time throughout the day instead of simply all together at the end of the day. So this further eliminates the risk of a lag in completing the transaction. RTGS can often incur a high charge, then processes that bundle and net payments because of the efficiency that it offers to the customers. We're talking about the benefits of real-time gross settlement. The real-time gross settlement systems increasingly used by central banks worldwide can help minimize the risk to high-value payment settlements among financial institutions, which is one of the most important advantages that it provides. So, although companies and financial institutions that deal with sensitive financial data typically have high levels of security in place to protect information and funds, the range and nature of online threats are constantly evolving, and so it becomes important. Real-time gross settlement can allow a smaller window of time for critical information to be vulnerable, thus helping to mitigate threats. Two common examples of cybersecurity threats to financial data are social engineering or phishing, which is known as tricking people into revealing their information, and the data theft, whereby a hacker obtains and sells data to others. Moving on to the last topic that we have in this presentation, which is the online or internet banking. The online banking, it allows a user to conduct financial transactions via the internet. Online banking is also known as internet banking or web banking. The online banking offers customers almost every service traditionally available through a local branch, including deposits, transfers, and online bill payments. Virtually every banking institution has some form of online banking available both on desktop versions as well as through the mobile apps. Now, understanding of online banking or internet banking is again important. With online banking, consumers aren't required to visit a bank branch to complete most of their basic banking transactions. They can do all of this at their own convenience, wherever they want, at home, at work, or on the go. So, online banking requires just a computer or any other device, an internet connection, and a bank or debit card. In order to access the services, clients need to register for their bank's online banking service, and in order to register they need to create a password. Once that's done, they can use the service to do all their functionalities. And finally, moving on to the advantages of online banking. The very first advantage is, when we talk about it, is the convenience is a major advantage of the online banking. Basic banking transactions such as paying bills and transferring funds between accounts can easily be done 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and wherever a customer wishes, which makes online banking fast and efficient. Funds here can be transferred between accounts almost instantly, especially if the two accounts are held at the same institution, which is a bonus. Now, consumers can open and close a number of different accounts online, from fixed deposit to recurring deposit accounts that typically offer higher rates of interest, depending on their own personal wish. And finally, consumers can also monitor their accounts regularly, closely, allowing them to keep their accounts safe around the clock. Access to banking information provides early detection of fraudulent activity, thereby acting as a guardrail against the financial damage or loss. So these are the three important topics that the presentation discusses. Thank you, everyone.